We're here live from Learn's Restaurant. I'm your host, Chandler Morrison, here with Dylan Ray. Our guests today are Brad Thompson, Gavin Gardner, and Coach Jr. and Katie Brock. So here today, and feel free to call in today, 423-718-1297. We'll try our best to get your calls. And also feel free to do that. A little bit about the Facebook and Twitter. You can also message us on there, and we'll get those and answer your questions on there. First up, we have Gavin Gardner today. Say hi to the people, Gavin.
Hey, people.
You run cross country and wrestle, right?
Yeah.
Two sports, all right. So those two sports prepare you for each other, or are they just on like two ends of the spectrum?
Well,
feel free to call in today, 423-718-1297.
We'll
try our best to get your calls. And also feel free to...
Because you're going to need your lungs in wrestling, because it gets rough breathing 6 minutes wrestling around with somebody continuously.
Oh, yeah. So you went to the wrestling state tournament. How was the experience there?
It was actually pretty crazy. The atmosphere there was just, everybody was all hyped up and ready to run and roll.
And where'd you place up there?
I think I got 7.
7? Okay. Well, what's the highest you placed in cross country, by the way? Or do you want to tell us?
I don't even know. There's a lot of people that run.
Is it a lot of fun running cross country? I mean, you just run all the time. I mean, you got to have some fun if you're doing a sport that runs.
In practice, we screw around and sing and dance and while we're running, just make the most of it.
Oh yeah. What's been the funniest moment with those two sports? Or each one maybe have a funny moment that you'd like to share with?
Probably when in cross countries when we all get somebody will bring a speaker for the phone and we'll hook up the music, and then we'll just have like a dance competition, like maybe dance practice, or in the middle while we're running about 3 miles every day. And then wrestling's probably when somebody keeps screwing around and we have to keep restarting. And then once they finally do it, we mess with them and start again to practice. So those are probably the best moments.
Anything you want to say to fans of the Spear?
Come out and wrestle.
Come out and wrestle.
We need a full spot.
Or watch the Kate wrestle right now, right?
At least come and watch the shows. If you can't wrestle, come and watch the show.
All right. Thank you, guys. Gavin. Can we go ahead and get Coach up here real quick? Hey, Dylan, where you at? Come over here and ask the questions real quick. We're going to let Dylan let him talk to Coach for just a minute and then give him some questions that he's got. So, here you go, Dylan.
Hi, how's everybody doing? Okay. Do you enjoy coaching here at Sublette County?
Yeah, I do. I coached at Whitwell for 3 years, and then came up here and helped Spreaker for the last 5, going on 6. And I think we have the best parents of all the teams around. It gets a little bit frustrating at times. I wish we had more support, but all in all, I'm really happy here.
Good. Did we lose any important factors to the team last year?
We lost 3 seniors. Sarah Mills, she got 4th in state. She was a 4-year wrestler. We'll miss her. Matt Lewis, he had wrestled 3 years. We'll miss him. And also Dakota Silvers. He was a 2-year wrestler.
Okay, I'm not for sure if you know of any new wrestlers. Have you met any of the new ones coming up for the freshmen?
Well, Dakota's got a younger brother that'll be wrestling this year as a freshman, unless he changes his mind. And then our 2-time state this year, nobody will be expecting. I expect him to place this year at state.
What is your pre-match ritual? Like, what would you do before a match to prepare for it?
It actually starts at the beginning of the year for every match. You got to start cutting weight, get your mind right, and mainly the day before, a lot of hydrating, because you're at your peak weight when you wrestle. And then before we do warm-ups, we all go, we weigh in, get weighed in. Then as a team, we warm up out on the mat, do our stretching, and then have a small team meeting right before the match begins.
Alright, this is my last question for you. What is the funniest or most embarrassing thing that has ever happened in your coaching career?
Most embarrassing was with my son, Derek. He was winning the match by 1. It was 10 seconds left. They went out of bounds. I thought he was losing by 1, and he needed to get 2 points, so I chose the neutral position where he could get 2 points. He got taken down. He lost the match by 1 because of me.
Alright, thank you. That's all I got for you. Here's Tim.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on today, Coach. How is, coverage, from a coverage standpoint, has it changed a lot since you started coaching here? As far as not maybe media coverage, maybe fans coming out and supporting you and everything like that?
We're getting a few more fans, not as many as I would like. I think the biggest weakness here is at the middle school level. We don't really have enough support there. I'd like to see more support in middle school because we need to get middle school wrestlers out. If you take like Gavin and Katie, her little brother, Grasshopper, they started in middle school, and you can see the difference. And in the region we're in, it's the toughest in the state of Tennessee. And every team we go against, those kids started in middle school or even earlier.
And you are in Region 4, right? Is that the region?
Well,
or is it different for
it
wrestling?
changed last year.
Mm-hmm.
We were Region 4 last year, and they divided it up. Now we're Region 2, and it's everything from Sequatchie County east all the way up to Madisonville. So it's a very large region.
Because I know with wrestling and some of the smaller sports, they have a lot of you compete with A and AA schools. Is that correct?
They just divided us up last year. As
So you're actually going against 2A schools, right?
2A and smaller.
So I guess they divide that up so you can go east and stuff like that, right?
So we could do
So that you could compete with people there in your class a lot
Yeah.
more. So it's going to be a bigger, more traveling or something is going to be involved with that. But
well, about the same for us because everybody in our region is in the Chattanooga area, the toughest in the state.
I appreciate you coming on, Coach. Really appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Go ahead and do it.
I didn't ask Gavin. I didn't ask Gavin.
Okay. All right, we'll get Gavin first. We got Gavin Gardner back up. Dylan Ray didn't get a chance to ask some of his questions to Gavin, so we're going to let him do that real quick.
How you doing, Gavin?
Pretty good.
Alright. What is your favorite coach quote? It can be any coach that you had coaching you before.
Coach Mullins once told me, competing is like wrestling in gorilla. You don't quit when you're tired. You quit when the gorilla's tired. That's perfect. But probably having to put your heart into it, give it all you've got, even at the hardest time.
Are you looking at any colleges right now?
Any colleges looking at you?
Are you planning on continuing with wrestling after high school?
Yeah, put it on.
It would probably be a waste if they didn't.
I'm good with
If all goes well, yeah.
Alright, thank you. That's all I got for Gavin today.
Hey, thank you for coming back up here, Gavin.
No problem.
I'd like to Katie up here real quick. And while she's coming up here, I'd like to thank Land's Restaurant for letting us come here today and using their restaurant as a studio. And we've done that for the past 2 radio shows, and we just want to give them some thanks for letting us come in here and use their restaurant. So very, very nice restaurant, very good food. Come in sometime. How we doing, Katie? Good. Just go a little bit closer to that. I think Dylan's got the questions for her, right? Is that correct? All right, Dylan, here you go.
Alright, how you doing today?
Good.
Alright. Do you have a favorite coach quote?
Yeah. It's from Dan Gable. Once you wrestled, everything in life is easy.
Pretty good quote. What's the hardest thing about wrestling in your opinion?
The anticipation before match.
Are you planning on wrestling after high school?
Yeah.
Are you looking at any colleges yet?
Yes.
Which colleges?
King College in Oklahoma.
Okay, I believe that everybody knows that you have been a state champion not once but twice, correct?
Yeah.
Could you describe the feelings or the atmosphere when you gained this achievement?
It's a great satisfaction knowing that you're number one in state and knowing that you accomplished all your goals like you set out in the beginning of the year.
Alright, that's all I have for you today.
Yeah. Quick question. Is it going to be harder this year to get state because you've won state 2 years in a row and you've got all these people that are looking at you like, okay, we got to get her. They're probably all plotting against you right now, but is it going to be harder this year?
Probably.
Probably.
Not. Because the one girl that I had more competition with, she was a senior.
Oh, okay. So you're looking for a lot of lower classmen coming up and having to wrestle them and having an easier shot maybe in the actual title match, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Kay. We really do appreciate it.
Thank you.
And next up, we got Brad Thompson over here. He's a wide receiver for the Indians football team. He's still coming up here right now. Okay. Just kind of be close to the mic when you talk because it doesn't get a lot of. So, you're at Jamboree Friday, playing. Not too strong showing that first game. Whitwell. What was y'all's mindset going into the Bledsoe game?
We had a huge game plan going into this Jamboree. The Bledsoe game, of course, it's going to be huge. So I think, in my opinion, we were more set on the Bledsoe game than Whitwell.
So maybe just kind of overlooking it a little bit.
Possibly, we played our starting defense only, so we had a lot of the younger guys in on offense against Whitwell. So,
so that was what was your opinion? What's your opinion on the Bledsoe game? Were they hard to play, or was it just they got luck at the end? Or
yeah, we had a few mistakes on defense and some blown coverages, but no, I think they're still probably around the same type of team they were last year.
Okay. What's y'all's mindset going into the community game right now?
We have a huge mindset. We plan on going into this Monday, putting a lot of work in, and hoping to come away 1-0.
Now, I haven't done that much research on the community yet because I just got done with Jamboree.
And playing, having home field advantage. Last year we beat them 40-3 on the road on a really long road game. And, they're coming here and we plan on showing out for a good home crowd.
Okay. Well, I'm going to let you answer these questions. Then I'm going to let you know what the fan sale is because we asked these questions on Twitter last night.
Okay.
What was the most surprising game at the Jamboree?
In my opinion, it was probably Bledsoe County and South Pittsburgh.
South Pittsburgh. Well, you're 1 for 1 with the fans. They thought that too. So, what was your favorite one to watch?
I would say Marion County and South Pittsburgh.
2 for 2 on that one, Brad. In case you didn't know, Marion County did beat South Pittsburgh in that showing right there. Team you don't want to play after watching the Jamboree.
I want to play every team. I
guess we'll more this a little bit. What probably the more difficult challenge? Who had a stronger showing at the Jamboree that kind of you're not scared to play, but you're thinking about it a little bit more?
Yeah, Marion County.
Marion County?
Yeah.
Hey, 3 for 3. You're a man of the fans there, Brad. Best moment as a player?
Wow. I would say last year, Bledsoe game, 35 seconds left, scored our last offensive touchdown. Just a quick slant route, and we were up 22-20.
And you caught that pass, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
That was a nice game to watch. I remember that last year. What's your funniest moment you ever had with football?
Oh man, there's so many. I mean, wow, my funniest moment probably chasing Coach Colquitt with the ice cooler.
You tell us how that came about?
Yeah, we tried doing it. It didn't end up working, but we ended up having one of the hardest practices of the day back when we used coolers. We don't anymore, but we decided one time we were going to just dump ice on him, and it turned out to be a failure. But everybody was laughing about it, and he was too. So it was a good time.
All right, then. Anything you want to say to the fans of the Spear?
Yeah, enjoy the Spear, and I'm really glad that you and everybody else is a big part of this, and I hope it keeps going on. And I love the fans, and
they love you, Brad.
everything, anything that can help support the sports more. This is just a big part of it, and I really love it.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. Really appreciate
No
it.
problem.
Now we're going to talk a little bit more about football. You just kind of stay right there for a minute, Brian, in case you do have something you want to say, add in.
Yeah.
I got the scores from Jamboree Friday night. In case you weren't able to tune in when we did that, or in case you hadn't seen the scores from it, Bledsoe County beat South Pitt in the first quarter 14-0. Grundy County beat Lookout Valley 7-0 in the second quarter. Third quarter, Marion beat CCS 14-0. Whitwell High School played the Indians. They beat us 16-0. Grundy County played Lookout Valley again in the fifth quarter, and they beat them this time 21-0. Indians beat Bledsoe 10-7. Anything else to say about that, Brad? Marion County beat South Pittsburgh 7-0, and then to end the Jamboree, we had a defensive bout 0-0 Whitwell High School and CCS. So, that's the scores there. I have to say the most surprising one was outside of Whitwell and Sequatchie, I have to say it was Bledsoe and South Pittsburgh. A lot of people looking there, like there was even the Chat Times Free Press has even had an article out about how it was surprising that Whitwell came out strong in their showing. Of course, they did have a huge home crowd there.
Yeah, they did.
They did. So, not surprised. I'm surprised by the score. Not surprised that they did so well. They're a good team. They're just a smaller team. So, I have a lot of respect for them. So, that was the Jamboree. You're looking at, a lot of teams. I think out of that, Marion County is probably a team maybe not you don't want to play, but a team you don't want to play late in the season because they're going to be pretty good. And, we played in the fifth game of the season. That's going to be a tough matchup. You think, Brad?
Yeah, absolutely.
Tough matchup. So, and I want to talk a little bit about Super 6. And a lot of people saw that on the Spear and said, oh, Super 6, what's that? Well, what it is they're adding 32 teams, and that was my trivia question for the day, but I just gave you the answer to it. They're adding 32 teams. Or they're not. They're putting 32 teams in District 6, or excuse me, in the Class 6A, and they're taking 24 teams out, and it's going to disperse all the at least 5 teams per class. The way they're going to set it up into each different class, and the playoffs are going to work a little bit differently. You're going to have, with the playoffs are going to work differently because they're going to have the top 4 teams in that region going instead of the top 2 teams in that district. So, it's going to be a little bit different, and it's going to be more region based than district based. I'm not even sure if they're going to have districts or not, but it's going to be if they're there, they're not going to matter as much. Playoffs, as far as the playoffs concerned, Signal will move to 3A. And so they'll be playing. How do you feel about that, Brad?
I don't know. I'm glad they're moving to 3A. I can say that.
See, you're wanting to play them more. You're wanting to have a chance to play them in the playoffs.
Yeah, there's going to be that time where we can actually beat that team.
Mm-hmm. And we got Bledsoe's moving to 2A. What do you think about that? Or there's just projections, but this is how the TWS will go about it. So what do you think about Bledsoe going 2A?
It's obviously going to be bad if we don't get to play them every year, especially it's not going to be a district game anymore. We may not play them next year the way things are going. Who knows? But if that's the case, it'll make this year and this football season bigger when it comes to that game, because it may come down to who gets the stump last.
Yeah.
Who knows? But
I think we'll still play. It just won't matter in district. It won't be, because right now if whoever wins the Bledsoe Scorcher game is almost automatically third in the, So at least behind the Notre Dame Signal for now. I think they've actually got Notre Dame projected to go above Signal this year. So, with this Super 6 projection, there are going to be some good things. There are going to be some bad things. It's going to mess the districts up in this valley a lot. South Pittsburgh and Marion will actually be in different regions as it goes somehow, some way. I don't know how that works, but they're going to be in different regions. They'll still probably play each other, I would imagine. I would imagine we play Bledsoe, but I think what's going to happen is you're going to see a lot of you're going to see a lot of mix-ups and the traditional rivalries go out the door.
Right.
Because when this came into about in 2008, I was reading on it, a lot of these traditional rivalries like Bledsoe and us and Marion South Pitt, they had relevance now. They, you won that game, you were going, and you could possibly get in the playoffs over them. There's not going to be a lot of room for Sequatchie if they don't get a first or second, or one of those top 4 spots in the region. It's going to be hard for them to get in because there's going to be a lot more teams vying for fewer spots. So, in the community game this week, and what that is at home, and it starts at 6, I do believe. I just want you to everybody come out and support that. That'll be nice to see that game and see a home game for the Indians. They don't have to travel all the way out to Community High School. I remember going out there last year. That's a long road out there. Had some good Cracker Barrel on the way there. That was good.
That is, it starts at 6, I think it was. I just want you to come out.
So I had a little technical difficulty there. Super Season's going to change everything. Of course, it's not going into effect until next year. It's going to change a lot of things. So, but I think you're coming up here with us today.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Thanks.
I appreciate it. Appreciate it a lot. So, I think we're about done today. I know it's cut it short a little bit today. I know we had an hour long last week. We're cut a little bit short today. We kind of had the Jamboree Friday, and we're still getting used to recording one day, then a day, and then going Sunday. So I do apologize for that. I hope you listen to it a little bit later. And we should have some videos up later of some of the interviews and stuff like that, and we'll get that on the Spear. So thank you very much for coming to see us today, Brad. I want to thank Gavin Gardner. We want to thank Coach Junior over here. We want to thank Katie Brock. And I want to thank my friend Dylan Rader who came and helped us today. Say hi to the people, Dylan.
Hey.
Thank you for joining us here today at Land's, or tune in if you tuned in. I want to thank Lance for letting us come here today. Good food, always. Good sweet tea, I know that much. This has been Chandler Morrison and Dylan Rader here at SpearNation Radio, signing off. God bless, and go Indians. Woo!